The movie opens at the iconic Hotel Transylvania, which is buzzing with energy. It is the hotel's 125th anniversary celebration, and the atmosphere is electric. We see Dracula kicking off the festivities. They are dancing, showing just how much Dracula has loosened up over the years. The crowd is cheering, and monsters of all kinds, Frankenstein, Wayne the werewolf, Murray the mummy, and Griffin the invisible man, are having the time of their lives. However, beneath the smiles, Dracula is hiding a massive secret. We cut to a quiet moment backstage where Dracula is rehearsing a speech. He takes a deep breath, looking nervous. He reveals to Erica that tonight is the night. He plans to announce his retirement and hand over the keys to the hotel to his daughter, Mavis, and her human husband, Johnny. Erica is supportive, but she asks the question that is clearly weighing on Drac's mind. Is Johnny ready? Suddenly, the calm is shattered. Johnny bursts into the scene, overflowing with chaotic energy. He has organized a surprise for the party. Drac's eyes widen in horror as a massive slide descends from the ceiling. Johnny, trying to be helpful, has essentially turned the elegant ballroom into a rave. A live band starts playing loud music, and chaos ensues. In the middle of the dance floor, Mavis is having fun, but Drac is watching his beloved hotel get wrecked. Johnny slides down, accidentally knocking over decorations and setting a banner on fire. Drac uses his super speed to put out the fire, but the damage is done. Not to the building, but to Drac's confidence. He looks at Johnny, who is laughing and celebrating, completely unaware of the mess he's causing. We see the fear in Dracula's eyes. He loves Johnny, but he cannot fathom giving his precious legacy to someone so chaotic. The moment for the announcement arrives. The spotlight hits Dracula. Mavis grabs Johnny's hand, excitedly whispering that she thinks her dad is going to announce a new expansion. But Drac freezes. He looks at Johnny, then at the crowd, and panics. Instead of retiring, he stammers and announces that he is simply expanding the hotel with a new spa. The crowd cheers, but Mavis looks confused. Johnny, however, is devastated. Later in the hallway, Johnny confronts Mavis. He feels like he messed up. He tells her, "I ruined it, didn't I? That's why he didn't give us the hotel." Mavis tries to comfort him, assuring him that Drac just isn't ready to let go yet, but Johnny is convinced it's because he isn't a monster. He feels like an outsider, the only human in a world of creatures. Determined to fix things, Johnny wanders the halls and finds Van Helsing in the basement lab. Van Helsing, now retired and living in the hotel, is tinkering with his gadgets. Johnny pours his heart out, explaining that he feels he can never truly be part of the family because he's human. Van Helsing, in his eccentric wisdom, offers a solution. He reveals his latest invention, the Monsterification Ray. He explains that this device can turn humans into monsters and monsters into humans. Johnny's eyes light up. This is his chance. He begs Van Helsing to zap him. Van Helsing hesitates, warning that the technology is unstable, but Johnny is relentless. He wants to make Drac proud. Van Helsing shrugs and fires the beam. Johnny transforms into a large, green, dragon-like monster. Meanwhile, Dracula is in his room, relieved that he dodged the retirement bullet. Suddenly, the door bursts open. "Check me out, Drac!" Drac turns around and gasps. He sees the monster standing there and assumes an intruder has broken in. "It's me, Johnny!" the monster says, doing a signature Johnny dance move. When Johnny explains about the ray, Drac realizes this is a disaster. If Mavis sees this, she will kill him for letting it happen. Drac rushes down to the lab to find Van Helsing and reverse the process. He grabs the gun, aiming it at Johnny to turn him back. But Johnny, loving his new form, starts dodging. "Just let me show Mavis first," Johnny pleads. They struggle over the weapon. The beam misfires, bouncing off mirrors and disco balls. It zips across the room and hits Dracula? Dracula collapses. He looks at his hands. He runs to a mirror. He is horrified to see a middle-aged human man with a receding hairline and a dad bod. "I'm a human," Drac screams. To make matters worse, during the struggle, the crystal that powers the ray falls out and shatters on the floor. Van Helsing looks at the broken shards and delivers the bad news. Without the crystal, they can't switch back. And if they don't switch back soon, the transformation will continue to evolve, eventually becoming permanent. For Johnny, this means losing his mind and becoming a feral beast. For Drac, It means staying a human forever and aging like one. The only replacement crystal exists in the Cave of Reflection, located deep in the jungles of South America. Drac knows they have to leave immediately, but he has to keep Mavis in the dark. We cut to the airport. This is Dracula's first experience traveling as a human, and it is a nightmare. Drac is subjected to the indignities of economy-class travel. He is squeezed into a middle seat, while Monster Johnny is having a blast riding on the wing of the plane, loving the wind in his scales. Back at the hotel, chaos erupts. Mavis and Erica are cleaning up the party mess. The other monsters, Frank, Wayne, Griffin, and Murray, drink the fountain water, thinking it's a fancy drink. Frank, Frankenstein's monster, turns into a handsome, super vain human man who can't stop looking at his hair. The werewolf turns into a regular guy but is instantly overwhelmed by his dozens of wolf pups who no longer respect him. Murray, the mummy, unravels to reveal a very old, very short ancient Egyptian pharaoh. Griffin, the invisible man, finally becomes visible. And the joke is, he's completely naked. Everyone screams and covers their eyes. He has been naked the whole time. Mavis realizes something is wrong. She interrogates Van Helsing, who crumbles under pressure and reveals the truth. Drac is human, Johnny is a monster. Mavis, furious and worried, rounds up the humanized pack. They board a blimp to chase after Drac and Johnny in South America. Cut back to Drac and Johnny. They have arrived in the jungle. The contrast is stark. Usually, Drac is the powerful one, zooming through the forest. Now, he is sweating, getting bitten by mosquitoes, and gasping for air. Johnny, however, is thriving. He is strong, fast, and agile. Drac tries to walk through a stream but slips and falls. Johnny easily lifts a fallen tree to make a bridge. Drac is humiliated. He is feeling the fragility of humanity for the first time. He complains about the heat, the bugs, and his aching back. "Is this what being human is like?" Drac whines. "It's awful. You're sweating, you're sticky, and everything hurts." Johnny, trying to be a good sport, encourages him. "Look at the bright side, Drac. You can enjoy the sun now." As they trek deeper into the jungle, the dynamic shifts. Johnny starts to undergo mental changes. He becomes easily distracted, chasing butterflies and growling at noises. Van Helsing's warning is coming true. The monster side is taking over. Night falls. They set up a campfire. This is the emotional core of the movie. Drac and Johnny sit by the fire, roasting marshmallows. Drac looks at Johnny, who is struggling to hold a marshmallow stick with his giant claws. Drac asks, "Why did you do it, Johnny? Why did you want to change?" Johnny sighs, his voice deep and resonant. "I just wanted to be part of the family, Drac. I wanted you to trust me with the hotel. I thought if I was a monster, you'd finally see me as one of you." Dracula is struck by guilt. He realizes his hesitation and his lies drove Johnny to this extreme measures. But Drac, being Drac, still can't bring himself to admit the truth about the law of real estate lie he made up earlier. He just nods and says, "You are family, Johnny. You always were." Meanwhile, Mavis and the gang are closing in. They are flying over the jungle in the blimp. Erica is piloting while the humanized monsters are complaining. Griffin is frantically trying to find clothes. Frank is obsessed with taking selfies, and Wayne is just happy for the quiet away from his kids. Mavis spots a trail of destruction below. Trees knocked over, scorched earth. "That's Johnny," she says. Drac and Johnny reach a massive cliff face. The map says the cave is at the top. Human Drac looks up, defeated. "I can't climb that," he pants. Johnny smiles. "Hop on, Drac." Johnny carries Dracula up the sheer cliff face, leaping from rock to rock. It's a thrilling action sequence. But halfway up, Johnny slips. His claws gouge the rock. Suddenly, Mavis and the gang arrive. The blimp hovers overhead. Mavis jumps down. Then she sees Johnny. He is huge now, even bigger than before. He sees Mavis and smiles, but it's a toothy, scary smile. In the confusion, Drac accidentally admits that he made up the rule about humans not being able to own the hotel. He admits he just didn't want to give it to Johnny. Johnny hears this. The betrayal hits him hard. His monster brain, already unstable, snaps. You lied?" Johnny roars. "You never trusted me." Emotion overcomes reason. Johnny's transformation accelerates. He grows massive wings and breathes a torrent of fire. He screams in rage and flies off towards the peak of the mountain where the cave is, intending to destroy everything. Mavis turns to her father, tears in her eyes. How could you, Dad? He did this for you. Dracula looks at his hands, his human hands, and realizes he has been the real monster all along. The group chases Johnny to the Cave of Reflection. The cave is a hall of mirrors filled with magical crystals. Johnny is there, rampaging. He is smashing reflections of himself, lost in his own anger. He is now a full-blown kaiju-sized beast. Drac enters the cave alone. He is small, weak, and human. He shouts up at the giant beast. "Johnny, listen to me!" Giant Johnny roars. Drac dodges, rolling on the ground. "I was wrong," Drac screams. "I was afraid. I thought you would ruin the hotel, but I was the one ruining our family." Johnny pauses, but the beast is still in control. Drac stands up, defenseless. He looks Johnny in the eye. "You are the best thing that ever happened to Mavis. And you are the best thing that ever happened to me." The words hang in the air. The giant beast blinks. The rage in his eyes flickers. At that moment, Mavis arrives with the replacement crystal she found in the center of the cave. She throws the crystal to Drac, but it's too high. Drac can't reach it. He's human. He can't jump. But wait, the other monsters, Human Frank, Human Wayne, etc., rush in. They form a human pyramid, clumsily. Drac climbs up their backs, struggling, slipping, but determined. He leaps off Frank's head, grabbing the crystal in midair. He fires the beam directly into Johnny's chest. A blinding light fills the cave. The magic swirls. The cave trembles. When the light fades, Mavis runs forward. "Johnny? Dad?" We cut to the epilogue. It is sometime later. We are back at Hotel Transylvania. The hotel looks different. It has been renovated. Dracula is once again on stage. He gives a speech. This time, there is no hesitation.